3 unhealthy ways men get validation from the women they date. There's some really unhealthy ways that we sort of like think about who we're dating, and it's good to be more aware of what your motivations are and if there's things that you can probably start to change and steer yourself away from in the dating scene. So if you're new here, I'm Dan Blewett. I'm an internet entrepreneur, I'm an author, and I'm a former pro baseball player. And on this channel, Routine Philosophy, I'm sharing some of my experience to help other men along. All right, so the first unhealthy way that men get validation from the women they date is through looks. And so here's the thing. I'm not telling you to date someone that you're not attracted to. I'm not telling you to settle or anything like that. What I am telling you is that it's unhealthy if you're considering who to date based on will other people think highly of you for dating her, right? Like, ooh, she's a supermodel, so everyone else is going to be envious and think that I'm, great. That's not a good way to do this. We all want to find a super attractive partner who's also, like an amazing, person and really kind and really smart and really successful. We want to have like all those boxes checked. Those are really great qualities, right? But I've seen a lot of men who seem to want to just date someone who's just hot for the sake of being hot, and they don't really have a good connection with them. And that is not a healthy thing to do. So don't seek other people's validation who would be looking at you and judging you based on the attractiveness of the girl that you're with. Looks fade, they fade over time, and you still want the conversation to be there. You want the connection to be there. You want that person to be there for you and to have that emotional, that strong connection to see like yourself together for the long term. So just make sure that you're not, again, prioritizing what other people will think about you. Think about how you feel about your partner and whether they're a good fit with all the different categories, attractiveness and everything else. Number 2, wealth and possessions. You need to ask yourself, am I getting a lot of my self-esteem and my self-worth and my validation from being the kind of guy who can provide this really lavish luxury lifestyle for someone else? Do I really value and project that I value, cars and big houses and fancy vacations and crazy jewelry and all this like sort of like bling lifestyle? There's a lot of people out there, and I see it on dating apps too, where like there's, you swipe through and there's a woman who's clearly like 5 photos that project that she really likes expensive things. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want, but I don't think that's really the kind of like bond you should be trying to forge. And I don't think you should be basing your quality as a person on whether you can provide those things, because jobs come and go. You might have a really high paying job, but it might, like suck the life out of you. You might hate that job and you might want to downsize in the future. And if you always feel like you have to provide this lavish lifestyle, did you attract someone who maybe won't stay with you if you can't keep delivering? Like, do you have to keep up with the Joneses your whole life? So really consider when you're trying to project this image of success and wealth, is that attracting the right quality person who's going to maybe value you for you, or are they going to value you a lot for the lifestyle that you provide and maybe not be there if you can't provide it? It's also important to remember that women today are great earners. They don't need you to be a provider. They don't need you to be the breadwinner like maybe back in the 40s when we didn't let women work, right? So really be careful of what you're projecting and what kind of qualities you're trying to find in another person that aren't based on possessions and wealth and status. Next, stop getting validation from your scorecard, right? Women are not a scorecard, and the amount of women you've slept with is not important. Whether you've slept with 1 or 5 or 3 or 200, it doesn't matter. It's one of these sort of BS things that men established long ago to prove who's the most manly, right?
3, 4, never get anything this way. 14, 15.
So make sure that you're not getting validation from that. That's not important, and that's only stuff that some other dumb man is going to say, oh, great job, man. You got to, your 75th or your 110th. Like, no one cares. So ultimately, focus on building meaningful relationships and finding a partner who's really got a strong connection with you. The scorecard does not matter. All right, so that's it for today's video. This was Routine Philosophy. Please leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, share this with a friend, and I'll see you here in the next video.